Yo. Yo, yo, yo. Fingers crossed this is alright now. Oh. Yeah, what's happening? Oh, I went to the chip shop and I got a saveloy and chips. That's what I got, mate. It was alright, wasn't amazing, but it weren't bad. What about you lot? Such species, yeah. I thought I'd do it like this for a while. We haven't done one of these, have we, like this? Let me just get you lot comfortable somewhere. Hello, Nikki. Yeah, sorry about cutting off just now. Is this coming out all right? I don't know if this is on. Is this coming out? Hello, hello, hello? Yeah, no? I don't know. Is this working? Because that should be green, I think. Can you hear? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Yeah? Right. Made a sponge with jam cake. Oh, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Right, priorities. Let's get myself and you lot comfortable on something. So, I need to get something to put you lot on. Let's get you a horror pillar. So I'm going to show you where you lot are going to be. You're going to be on this chair. This is where you will be. Hello, chat. This is where you're all going to be. We're going to put you on a pillow, and then we're going to rest you on the back one like that. And then I'm going to stand you up. Hello, chair. I'm talking to my chair. Isn't this cute? Isn't this sweet? Okay, it's cut off. Well, that's good. So we can't put you on the chair because it cuts off. Like, really? Gav, the last video I sent you was about 2 teachers getting hospitalised at the school in Sheffield you're talking about, yeah? Yeah. We'll do that tomorrow. I'll do a video about it, man. I was just having a bit of a... Why is that? That's really weird. As soon as I put it on the chair, the signal goes. What is that about? Have we got an alien chair? Let's see if I can rest you on the back of that then. I don't think you'll fit on there. I'm just going to have to hold the phone. Well, this is a load of shit, isn't it? Let's see if you'll fit on that. If you don't fit on this, I'm not going to be happy. Come on. Oh, you're the other way around now. There you go. I managed to get the flat pack furniture built. Never again. It nearly broke my arm. Well, it sounds like you've had a good time. That's all that matters. You've had some excitement. It's more excitement than I've had today. I tell you, I've been stressing all day. Wait, come on, Mr. Camera. Come on, do me a favour here. Help me out, buddy. We're trying to be friends. There you go. Now I can chill. Fuck off. Oh. See? Well, it could be worse. It could be worse. Not by loads, but it could be. I do need a drink though. Let's have some of the good healthy stuff. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Right. Let's get myself comfortable now. Yeah, and then we can talk. Have you ever put IKEA furniture together? Yeah, it could have fell on my... Yeah, my wardrobe's an IKEA one. Yeah, I've got an IKEA... I don't know if I can move the chat. Not that you need to see my ugly mug anyway. Yeah, the IKEA thing, them little tables that these lot are on, these things next to us, these, but they're not really building anything, you know, like them little square cube, the cube box things, you know what I'm saying, don't you? The, you know what I'm talking about, them things. 1 minute. Nikki's saying, come on then. I'm on, Nikki. Are you going on soon or in about an hour? Spacious, I'm here. Why are you all messaging me saying, come on now? I'm here. Don't have a go at me. Stop being racist. You know what I mean? Right, wait a minute, that might be a little bit better. There you go. Right. So, yeah, you can chill with me and the boys tonight. Me and Mikey and the boys. I broke a door and the back piece. What was it? What was the thing? Was it a wardrobe? Dude, I'm so old. I put MFI furniture together. You bunch of idiots. I don't like that red. It's a bit too... It looks like we're in the red light district, doesn't it? It looks like we're in the sex place. And we don't do none of that. Only Nikki does all of that. So let's fix that up a little bit. Echo, turn off spotlights. Okay. Let's change them to blue. That's a bit more relaxing, isn't it? Where the hell is that? Oh, is that coming from my TV? Right, that's really bright, isn't it? Or is it coming from this? Ah, it's coming from this, look. It's good, isn't it? Eh? You know, I thought of that all by myself. Yeah, so doing some pot noodles. Oh, nice. Brothel, that's what I was trying to say. This is the picture from inside Gavin's anus. Shut up. Wall unit floor to ceiling. I found them. I was so mad. Kind of like this. That's what I've got. Look. That one. The wardrobe there. There was a pain in the arse to put up. So if I ever move, I don't know. I'll have to leave it here. There's no one putting it back down again. It's too much hassle. Way too much hassle. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on and we can just chill. My head's been all over the place this last week, out of all this stuff that's going on. Like my brain is just like fucking all over the gaff. Like mentally, I want to go and do things, but my head just starts playing up, and I'm just like, I can't do it. Like just now, I wanted to go live and like properly and just like be on for a good couple of hours, and then, you know what I mean, do all the news and all that. But my as soon as I sit down, my brain starts going funny, and I think I've got to lay down. So it's a bit annoying, really. I was like 5 minutes behind. 5 minutes behind what? Behind me? Ew, you pervert. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? I miss my pet who passed away last year. Well, in that case, that should be a positive that you should get another pet. That's what you should do. You should get something else to focus on something positive. That's what you should do. That's what I do all the time. Like I try and do things like when I'm feeling bad, you've got to try and you know, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but you've got to try and go at your own pace and deal with things how you deal with them. But like in time when you're ready, do something that will make you feel good. Like I've spoke to Nikki about this sort of things. Like do things in the new year when people say new year, new me and all that shit. Just do little things. Anything. No, I'm in the bushes outside. It's a bit nippy out there, mate. Come on in, the window's open. Whee! But just bring me a cup of tea, and then I don't have to move. Yeah, so like, yeah, I do things like that all the time. Just things that will make me, or try to make me, little micro things. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. I bought up them big giant box of honey roasted nuts the other day. Just do things that will like lift you out of that, even if it's for a day or even if it's for like a couple of hours during the live stream. Oh, boom, I'm gonna have them honey nuts. Do you know what I mean? And I do that a lot. I do a lot of little things like that that can just things that I like, you know. I'm in dilemma about getting another one, especially with my depression being really bad. So what was your pet? Was it a cat? Was it a dog? What was your pet? Go get a dog, buddy. Dogs need a good home, and Muslims don't like them. That's bloody hilarious. Now that's fun. See, that's what we need. That's what we need. You need comedy. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like Rex quite a lot. That's why I like Rex a lot, because he comes on and gives me shit, and when I'm feeling like this, and it helps me like that. It makes you cake. You want cake or dick? I know what you're like, Nikki. So it's like, yeah, I think it helps. I do. I think that kind of stuff helps. Yeah. Like, I'm constantly stressing. For me, I don't know about you lot, but like, well, you lot know, because I do YouTube, like, my constant stress is how I can build the channel and make things go in a better way. And I get very frustrated, as you lot know. I get very, very frustrated because I feel I work so hard and it doesn't go at times like this, you know, especially like last night and what happened. I made a big mistake yesterday. I know I made a big, big mistake yesterday. I should have been up all night doing that election, and I've got to start thinking a bit more professionally in terms of like that. So when something like that comes along, really, I should have been up all night covering it, and I wasn't. I just didn't think about it. But I've got to start thinking like that when things like this come along. YouTube is definitely the place for you, Gav. Do you think? I don't know. Yeah, but it's only because I speak to you lot about it, and I sometimes wonder if I should be doing it. I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm serious. Like, I wonder if I'm doing the right thing sometimes. Like, am I just banging my head on the wall? You know? Because don't get me, like, you've seen what it's like. I fucking love doing this, man. I've loved this more than anything I've ever done. And I think my only thing I wish I could change, and I've expressed it to you lot before, I wish that I didn't have mental health problems. I wish I weren't mentally unstable, because if I wasn't, I'd be on fire on here. You know what it's like. You lot know when I'm in a good frame of mind. You know, like when we're having a good time and it's like, and I go on the live and it's thriving and it's going crazy and I can handle it. I wish I could be like that every day. But even when I do something like that during the week and we have a show like that, I really love it. I do. When I'm in that zone, I fucking love it. But it takes a toll on me. Like, it takes a really, really heavy toll on me. And it's not something that I'm conscious of. It's not something that because I'm like, yeah, let's just do that again. Let's go live again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. But I think it's subconsciously in my brain. It takes a mental toll on me and catches up with me because I don't sleep. When I have shows like that and I have I love it. I really enjoy it. I don't stress. I have a great time. But it takes a mental toll on me and I don't sleep for like 2 or 3 days because I'm like, right, I'm in the zone. Let's roll. Let's go. Let's go. But then I crash again, and like you see me all the time. I'm like that. I'm like a fucking yo-yo, and that's my only thing I wish I could change. Gav up at 4:30. Jeez, that would have been a long one. No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but what I'm saying, TF, is I got it wrong, man. I got it wrong. Like, I got yesterday wrong. So you lot have got to make me aware of it. So say like we've got those elections in May, right? So that's going to run into the night again, isn't it? Yeah? I've got to make sure I'm not live during the day, and I've got to make sure I fucking sleep till about 8 or 9 at night. And I need to be up and go live at 10 p.m. that night and stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning. Because we would have got pretty much what we got last night, and we would have got a lot of the result. And it would go on till 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. This is the winner of all of the elections kind of thing. But we would have got a big, big substantial part. I needed to be on then. I should have been on last night doing that. And I didn't think about it. When I was laying in bed last night, watching it on TV, I don't know if you lot were, but I was watching it till probably about 5 o'clock this morning. And I was like, shit, I should have been doing this. I should have been live. And I was just like, nah, I'm watching it. I'm up watching it and thinking about what's happening and piecing it all together. I'm going to talk about it the next day. I'm like, no, I should have been doing this live. And I didn't. So I need to be more aware of that. You are not doing the right thing, Gav. What? Get out. Get your mong out. Stick in there, Gavin. Just stay positive. You're deeply well respected. No, I think we've got like a good group of people. This is what I'm saying. I enjoy it like this. I just won a game. Yeah, that inserted politics into everything. Politics is making us so wound up and unhappy. I think it is, but I think it's my problem as well. It's my fault in how I present. The stories you cover are all so stressful, though. Yeah, but I think I'm making the problem of I've got to take things a little bit more light-hearted. So when we're talking about the difficult things that we're talking about, rather than covering it like
this is the end of the world, the country's going to burn, which I feel that it is, I need to cover it in a way of, let's take the piss out of it. But it's hard for me to get in that frame of mind, you know, and like, what are we doing? And make light of it, because I think it's a mental thing, isn't it? It's a mental thing. If you can make light of it and go, this is what we need to do, and I could still call out the same things and still say the same things, but I find it very, very, very difficult. I find it very, very difficult. Like, I was watching people last night on Sky News, and I was watching people on ITV, GB News, all of the different platforms, like from different perspectives, and how the presenters, and it's not, I'm not trying to be like a journalist, but what I'm saying is, I look at those covering the topics that we're covering, and even this morning, we all know the dangers of what happened yesterday. Like, most of us genuinely know the dangers of what that could bring to this country. And I'm watching them this morning, and I'm like, how are they talking about this on Sky or wherever, or BBC, but they're talking about it and laughing, well, maybe this could happen, maybe that could happen, and they're like laughing and smiling. I'm like, how do they mentally cope with that? How do they mentally treat it that way and not get emotionally attached to it, you know? Because this isn't like us covering any other story, is it? This isn't like us talking about Wimbledon or the World Cup. We're talking about the destruction of our fucking home. We're talking about, and I'm never normally like that. I'm never ever normally like that. I normally go, well, elections are elections. But this is different. What we're seeing here is different. This isn't about Labour, Conservatives. This is about the actual change and the destruction of Great Britain. This is about, and this isn't about, oh, because the Green Party. It's not about Green Party. We know it's not about the Green Party. The people that voted for them do not believe the values and the positions of the Green Party and the policies of the Green Party. If you've watched all the interviews today, like, they walked around, you had loads of people doing interviews, whether it was BBC, Sky, whoever, walking around. Half the people, they don't even speak fucking English. Like, they don't speak the native language of the country that they're living in. And it's like, and we're not talking one or two people, we're talking entire communities that have zero values or attachment to the way of life that we live. And it's, I find it very difficult in how I, you know, how I, what's the word? How I manage it, how I talk about it. It's difficult to make light of things in this current climate. Yeah. How you doing, horrific? Sorry, mate, I didn't see you there. Hence why I avoid talking about politics like the plague. Yeah, I've just kind of fallen into it, dude. And if you've emailed me, I apologise if I've not emailed back. I check my emails, but not too much. So if you have emailed, mate, I'm really sorry if I've missed something. The legacy media drones live in an insulated bubble. Real life doesn't affect them. One day their bubble has to burst. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, yeah. As the good book repeatedly says, Gav, be not afraid, hope is not lost, bro. No, I think in my heart I've got faith in the country and people in this country, but it's very, very difficult. Like, I don't know, like, you know when you see Paz posting videos every day, Paz gets up early in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning, and he's there getting a script done, and he puts out a video every day about whatever the story is. I find that very difficult to do something like that. I'd rather go live and do it. But to be that consistent and have that stuff in your head the whole time, it's got to eat away at you, you know. It's got to, and that's why you see everyone who does this, you see it takes a toll on people, because it's very, very difficult to... It's not like when we're doing Resident Evil in a game, or like when I went on Horrific's podcast. I fucking loved that, because that's me letting off steam and having fun. And that's kind of what I wanted to get into YouTube for. But I've kind of fallen into this because of what happened in Southport. And because of the Southport stuff, I've kind of... It has been my own choice, of course. But I feel like I can't not say anything anymore. Do you know what I mean? And not everyone's like that, and I'm not putting pressure on others to do that. I don't like for Horrific and everyone else. You know what I mean? Everyone's got to do it. If you're able to navigate around that and not bear the pressures of that, and you can deal with that in your own way, you're lucky. I've got this thing where if something grinds at my gears, I can't let it go. I can't, and that's my own fault. I can't let it go, and I can't just go, let's just let it, yeah, don't worry about it. Well, that don't worry, for me as a person, that don't worry about it is going to eat away at me if I don't say something. And it's probably, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because it can lead to your biggest downfall. You know what I mean? Are these pensioner stories all good? Oh, you dick, don't worry. And it ain't looking good with Green Party in Manchester. No, it's fucking nuts, dude. It's nuts. And I'm not even really against, it's not, you know what? It's not even, my hatred and disdain isn't really for the Green Party. Zach Polanski is a gay dude. Same thing, he's fallen into what he's doing. I believe he was a singer, or he was on talent shows and all this kind of shit before. And he's gone on to do that, and he's landed on his feet. I don't dislike Zach. I don't dislike him. I just don't think the same things as him. I don't dislike him. I don't dislike Hannah Spencer. I don't hate her. They're useful fucking idiots because they do not understand. They don't understand the Pandora's box that they're holding. It's like the fucking Hellraiser thing. They've got that box in their hand, and I don't think they understand truly what they've got in their hand. Like, they're holding the destruction of this country in their hands, and I don't think they understand that. They think a lot of these people voted for them because they're following their policies. They believe all of these Muslim people there that have gone out and voted, they believe in the Green Party and all of this. Like, even the Green Party manipulated the voters with the forms that they gave out, you know? That is so fucking shady, you know? Like, they gave out one form to people that can read English, which is what we know it to be, the drugs and blah, blah, blah. The forms that they gave to the Muslim community had no mentions of drugs, had no mentions about LGBTQ stuff. They removed all of that because they know it's against the fundamental beliefs of Islam. That's manipulation of the public. Now, every party does that. I understand that. But as I'm getting more and more into learning this sort of stuff, I'm realising just how sick it is and just how corrupt it all is. And it's very difficult for me to just, with that in my head, to just turn, when we turn the end of the stream, stream is ended, to just sit here and watch TV and switch off. I'm like, that's happening out there right now. And I'm like, how the fuck do I switch off from that? That's my own fault, you know? She's bringing danger to her own dog. Yeah, she is. That's what I'm trying. Even that, as silly as that sounds, exactly. If she left her dog walking around there, they would fucking kill it. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like that video we watched earlier on of those girls with the Palestine flags. I cannot normally say it on YouTube, but sod it, I'm going to say it. All of those pretty, young, beautiful white girls of this country that are walking around with them Palestine flags. Bro, if those people come to this country and are left to their own devices, every single one of them white girls are going to be brutalised. I'm telling you. I don't care if it sounds, I just don't care anymore if it sounds like hate speech. I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. So those girls don't really see. The same as Hannah. Could you imagine if Hannah went to Palestine, what they would do to that girl? You know, if Zach went to Palestine, could you imagine Zach walking through guys, hi guys. Mate, your head would be on a fucking stick. And that's not me hating. That's me telling you, dude, do you not realise? It's why I don't get why Owen Jones and all of those are out there. I'm not a fan of Owen Jones anyway, but that's why I don't understand why you've got political names like that going on the news like, yeah, free Palestine, yeah, all people together. I'm like, mate, they hate you. Like, if you don't, mate, you're doing all of this because you're people in this is what I've understood about the people in this country. We're still trying to look at things from the perspective of policies and democracy. Those people are not thinking in that way. They're not thinking about democracy. They're not thinking about British culture. They're not thinking about our values. They do not give a fuck about us. So when you see all of these people like Owen Jones are like, yeah, free Palestine, and that, mate, do you really think if you went to Gaza, Owen, and stood there with all of those people from Hamas and went, yes, guys, I've been carrying the flag, do you think that they wouldn't pull out a fucking AK-47 on you? That's the real world. That's the reality of it. Maybe he knows that. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Maybe he knows that. I personally couldn't represent and stand up for someone that would want me not to be breathing. I can't get my head around that. So it's to each their own, right? But I can't get my head around that. I don't understand how people can think that way. Zach would get a free flying lesson. That's what I'm saying, species. It's tragic, isn't it? And they don't realise they see us as the enemy, and we're the ones telling him, like, dude, do you not know what they would do to you? Like, we're the ones in a democratic society protecting people like him. We're the ones that are like, yeah, if you want to be gay, go and be gay, dude. That's up to you. Like, I don't care. And he's like, he's walking the thin line between sanity and madness without really realising it. But, you know, I feel sorry for him because I think that, I don't know if something will happen to him, but I can't, but let's put it this way, I can't see it ending well for him within the Green Party. I can't see it ending well for him and Hannah. So it's a strange time that we live in. It's like I've said elsewhere, Gavin, yeah. To them, Palestine represents the injustices of the world. Maybe it does. Yeah, you're probably right. They aren't thinking full stop. They aren't thinking, oh, I can put you on my TV. It'll be easier to read the chat, because then I'm trying to read it off here and I'm like that. Which isn't really working for me. Do you know what I mean? Let me put it the TV, then I can see chat. What a silly boy. Didn't think of that, did I? Got a big fucking TV in front of me. Idiot. YouTube. Yeah, then I can well, we're on YouTube. I can go to the channel and then I can just look at the chat up there. Yeah, I find it all very, very peculiar. I think it's like it's borderline. It's getting to the stage where it's borderline now, where you're going to be able to say things like, yeah, all white people should vote this way, all Christians should vote this way, let's get all the Sikh people to vote like, I can't even believe we're speaking that way. I can't even believe we're thinking that way in this country. That's not England. That's not the England I know. But if they're pushing it to be that way, you know, it's like what's that saying that you lot were on about? Like it's reap what you sow, and I'm becoming so hateful, aren't I? And I don't want. I'm very, like I've said to you lot, I'm very, very aware of it, and I don't like it. I don't like that I feel this way. 1 minute. Yeah, we shouldn't be hateful. Like we're supposed to be the good guys. We're supposed to be the happy bunch, you know. And I think it's really bleeding sad the way things are going. I see a statistic earlier on. I don't know how true it is actually, but I'm going to save it anyway for... Okay, there you go. I've got chat better now. This is better. I can put it full screen on the TV. Right, there you go. And now I can see all your bloody messages. And I can do it. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, sorry. That's so much better. Right. Yeah, I'll brighten up the light a little bit. Yeah, that's so much better. I've got you lot up there now. Right, I'll change the light a bit. People and humanity is complicated though. What we're talking about, I don't think it's complicated, Gavin. They only see short-term gains and not long-term effects. More effing insane than complicated. Yeah, it's just a protest vote. Benjamin Butterworth should take a jump over there. Oh no, why? What's happened? Has he done something else? Has he been on TV? Has he? Oh, if he has, that'll make me laugh. That'll make me laugh. That guy's a bloody idiot, isn't he? Do you know what as well? I think... Do you think that these politicians in this country understand, and they must do, they cannot be this naive as to what's going on here. They cannot be this gullible. You know what I mean? Like, they must understand the destruction of what's happening. Yeah, I guess so, TF. I just keep questioning myself. Because because it is, you know what, I'm very, very aware, like a lot of you, I'm very, very aware. We're sitting here, I know, even though we feel the way we do, I know that we're not all sitting here going, yes, I want to hate people that are Muslims. I don't want to hate people, man. Like, I don't want to feel this way. And I feel that we're being forced into an angle, like into a corner, where we've got to react. Do you understand? I feel like we're being forced into a corner where you don't have a choice anymore. That's what it feels like. I mean, with Zach, they should take the jump over Palestine and prove us wrong. Oh, mate, could you imagine what would happen to him if he went there? What's up, Lona? I think if he went over there, Zach, I think something would happen to him. Spartan what? What am I missing? No, it's because I've only just put it up on the big screen, so I can't see them all. I can see them now. I'd rather be playing games with people I like than be... I mean, yeah, it's taking up so much of our lives and shouldn't be happening. What am I missing? Have I missed a lover's tiff? What the fuck? What am I missing? Am I missing a sexual encounter? Am I missing, like, a sexual encounter between you lot? It's above. You want me to get up and go and move the mouse? It's not happening, bruv. This is my chill time. Just say it in short language, like you're a bitch or something. Hang on. You told me that I'm a pensioner earlier on, so eat my bum. Oh, okay, yeah, stuff that shouldn't be happening, yeah. Yeah, it's a madness, isn't it? It's a madness. It's like, I know, it's like with all this, the whole YouTube algorithm thing. I kind of know. You see, like that video I did earlier on, and I look at it, and I go, only at like 50 people, 100 people might watch it. Is the house pump real? No, this is fake, mate. Amazon. I've got that one. I've got one over there. Yeah, and I've got two over here. There's one down there, and then there's like that. There's one there that's like the prickly one, kind of like a pineapple prickly one. I've got 3 of them. 20 quid each on Amazon. They're cool, aren't they? And then we've got, where is he? Boy, Mr. Predator. Oh, come on. Let's just have a little bit of sexy time for Mr. Predator. Let's put on his little, like, look at him with his little light on his arm, look. Oh, watch yourself, Mike. Let's put his lights on his eyes and, oh, his laser cannon on his face. Look at him, he's the bollocks, isn't he? And then he's, where is it? Sorry, Mr. Predator. I'll put you back, fella. I don't want you to get mad at me. And turn off your laser target because I don't want you to shoot me, fella. We'll put you back over there with Michael. Don't get mad. Whoa, sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike, don't get pissed. Whoa. Whoa. I've moved your leg a little bit too much. I shouldn't have got you up, should I? I knew this would happen. This is why you shouldn't move them. I'm going to have to put him back up in a minute. 1 minute. See, this is the thing with these. When you stand them up, they're very difficult because they're so heavy. You've really got to balance them unless you get a proper stand, and the stands are about 100 quid. 1 minute. So we want it
How did we have you before? That's leaning back too far. And that's going to go... That's it. We'll put that there. Let's put... Now, I'll tell you what. Let's put that up there. The spikes. Let's raise that. We'll have the spike up. And we'll have that down. There you go. And Mikey... I know you always... I like having him there, Mikey, because when I'm... Look, this is what I do, genuinely. Not even joking, man. When I'm sleeping, I kind of... I sit here and I'm like, bad dream, nightmares. I'm like, cheers, buddy, cheers. And then I can go back to sleep. That's kind of what I do. The Michael Jackson pose. He's fucking awesome, Predator, isn't he? Right, yeah, so where were we? This is the part where he falls and clears the table. Been there and done that. Yeah, that's why I was careful of him. Massaging the alien. Spending a lot of leg time. Shut up. This is why I stick with miniatures. I don't have the patience for faffing around with the full-scale figurines. Yeah, you're right. High five, Preddy. Made a Facebook post yesterday. Got 560 likes so far. That's more than I'll get on here, you know. Yeah, that's much more attention than I'll get on here. But yeah, Mr. Predator, he's cool, isn't he? I like him a lot. I didn't, as I say, I bought this isn't the original, which is kind of I regret not keeping, because I bought the original, didn't I, last year on I don't know where I got it. I bought it off someone, and I should have kept it, and for some reason I sold him. So this is like the rehashed version. Wait a minute. This is the rehashed one now. There you go. Got it. That's better. But he's fucking great. Yeah, the original doesn't have the laser lights. It doesn't have his eye cannon and the lights on the LED lights on here. So this is like the reissued one, which is the newer model, which I suppose is better, but I prefer... Well, it's just the old school in me. Like, if you've got to have the original, I'd rather have the original. But yeah, the only reason I started collecting these again was because of my sister. She got me the Jason Voorhees one, 2004. The giant Jason Voorhees from was it Jason Lives? I think it was Jason Lives. I think it was Jason Lives, yeah. And that's the only one I had for 10 years, 15 years. Then I moved here and just got obsessed with them. And I've got, oh fuck me, I've got about 15 different ones. It's crazy. Like, I mean, look at all of these lot now, look. Look at them. I mean, who sleeps in a fucking room like that? It's not normal, is it? I really love the pinhead one that you can see there, the little head wobble one, you know, the little small one. I didn't mean to buy that to keep it. I was going to sell it, and I took it out of the box, and I'm like, nah. It's the same with the alien one there. I know the two of my favourites is definitely the Art the Clown Terrifier and the Scream one. They're by Mezco. Them all of them ones at the top are Mezco. So you've got you've seen them all before anyway, but yeah, they might be four of my favourites. The Annabelle, Terrifier, Ghostfaced, and the Nun. The Nun was the most expensive one, but I know I'm telling you, you've heard all of this before, but Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason figure. Which one's the Part 8? Is that no, it's not Jason Goes to Hell, is it? Is it Jason Goes to Hell? I've got all of the videos here, the VHSs. When was the last time you see them? Mental, innit? I've got them under here. And I've got all of the Friday the Elm Street, the TV series. Do you remember they done Freddy's Nightmares? I've got them under here as well. This might be, I'll tell you what, let me show you him anyway. This might be my favourite Jason that I've bought. Wait a minute. Is in here. It's you can look it up online anyway. Wait a second. This got it. That might be my favourite Jason ever. It's from, it's the Freddy versus Jason version. And it isn't my favourite movie, but that particular figure of him is bigger than all the others. All the others are 18-inch tall. This one's 19-inch tall. And he's a fucking beast. Like, he's absolutely ridiculous. So I wanted to keep him in the box because it's Jason and got to look after Jason, haven't you? But no, I love all of them. I love all of them. Like, I genuinely... And I can understand now why... Oh, the Gizmo. Yeah, Gizmo's up there. Gremlins too. Oh, this fucker. Yeah, let's have a moment, shall we? Wait, I'm putting my finger up his bum. Yes, I know. It's sad, isn't it? I know, I'm a fully grown adult man. Yeah, no, they're terrible. Sorry, Gizmo, I'm putting my finger up your bum again. But I love him. My sister got me that for Christmas about 2-3 years ago, and I nearly cried. That's what I'm saying. That's how easily was it easily satisfied? Edward Scissorhands. No, did you just put it on here? I didn't see it. I made the Tempest ship from Mass Effect Andromeda on my No Man's Sky space game. Nice. I quite like the Mass Effect game, to be honest. I'm clipping that and sending it to Bill Gates. What, the thing with Gizmo of his bum? You fucking wanker. No, that's it. Yeah, I'm easily pleased. That's what I'm saying. My sister knows. It's like, it's the same with all these fuckers on the wall. Like, that's Brett from Alien. That's Brett. Then we've got over there is my favourite. Is, what's his name? Yaphet Kotto. I'm always going on about him anyway. As Parker. Captain Spaulding, another Captain Spaulding. The Tooth Fairy at the top. And then we've got Otis from The Devil's Rejects. Yeah, Captain Spaulding and the Terrifier stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm easily pleased, man. Yeah, send to Discord, yeah. I'm just so easily pleased with shit like this, dude. Discord. Right, where's the... I'll look at it on my iPad. Yeah, I'm very, very easily pleased with this sort of stuff. It's like... Just keep... That's what I said to Ben. Ben bought the... What do you call it? From Star Trek. Was it the Next Generation ship he bought? The Lego thing? One of my mates in Leicester's into Lego. I'm like, nah. Bit boring for me. Like Lego. It's just not... It's not my thing. Like, I like this. Some people like Lego. It's like you like what you like. But I always say to people, even now, age doesn't mean shit, dude. Like, married or not married, whatever you're doing, if you're into something that's nerdy, you should never ever give it up. Oh, that ship looks awesome, bro. That's sick. Yeah, I quite like that Mass Effect game anyway. I thought that was a decent game. That it had all the problems, didn't it, when it first came out? But I actually enjoyed the story, though. That's sick. Never played No Man's Sky. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, as I say, one of my mates is really, really into Lego. I think that's why the woke went hard on when attacking nerds. They were jealous and spiteful about their happiness. Yeah, that kind of stuff don't bother me, bro. Like, if someone comes on here and slags me off for all of this, I just don't care, bro. I don't care. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, Species, innit? Lego is a bit skilled for some people. Oh, fuck off. Legos for wankers. I don't even mean that. It's just a different thing, innit? Like, Species always slags me off because of this. I don't care what anyone says, yeah? I've got that, right? The fact that I've got that, the real thing, from 1982 or whatever it was, when this came out, with all the original stickers, with flipping, I don't know, like, he's in it, Han Solo. But the fact I've got that, I'm like, you know what? I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy that. And I don't really care. Like, I look at that. That just sits over there on my VHS player, my video player. And it sits there on the side and I'm doing my live streams. Don't look at it all the time. But I'm like, when I get out of the shower or whatever, even like now, and I look at it and I'm like, just a little decoration thing. And I'm like, you know what? That makes me feel fucking good. It makes me feel happy. And that's why I'm saying to all of you, like, if there's something like that that you're into. It could be anything. You could, like, some people collect them, what do you call it? You know, like them miniature car things. I've never understood that either. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Where people collect them, you know, when you, as a kid, you put the car down, you pull it back and then let go and it speeds off. You know, them cars, I forgot what they're called, but they're like collectibles. Like, even when I go to all the auctions and shit, they sell for fortunes, man. Them and the old army things, you know, where people have got like old battlefields and shit like that with grass and little soldiers. I'm like, I don't get it. Lego is obviously massive anyway, we all know that. I don't get it. But if that's your thing, dude, who cares, man? If it keeps you happy and you walk in a room and you're like, yeah, man, I've got my battlefield and it's the fucking Russian Revolution or whatever the hell you've got, dude, if you're happy, man. I used to watch Lost in Space until the hour was, yeah, it's wicked, mate. Some philosopher once said that getting rid of your possessions frees you. So you can give that, what? You can give that me, oh, give me that to kick it off. Never happening, mate. Never fucking happening. I did that with a lot of my vinyl over the years. I mean, I must have spent 50, 60,000 pound over the years on vinyl. That was where my entire life went, was on records. But, yeah, I don't think you should ever give that up. I don't game as much as we used to. So once we started playing that Resident Evil thing, I'm quite enjoying that because I don't game. Not really. And I used to be, like a lot of you, I used to be like hardcore, man. Like I used to live on Gears of War every night. Yeah, I've only played Andromeda because I wasn't into Mass Effect when I was growing up. I was into shooters, so it was all Gears of War. I was in a clan for Gears of War for about, must have been 5 years. Yeah, I was in a clan of Gears of War, so I was just playing ranked matches every day for about 5 years. You can tell I'll tell you something, I'll challenge you to any game. I'll challenge you to any game species you pick. Being able to swap your class mid-battle on the first 3 games, you choose a class and was stuck with that the whole playthrough. Oh, really? Yeah, I only bought Andromeda because I had the PlayStation. Must have been the last PlayStation, wasn't it? Must have been PlayStation 4. No, it might have even been this one. Chess. I'll give you a game of chess. I'm amazing at chess. Oh, was it getting mixed reviews? I thought it had good reviews. I'm just doing that like that. The Village. But I haven't. The last time horrific that I actually played a game that I considered really like that's one of the best games I've ever played would have been The Witcher 3 when it came out, and that helped me through some dark times. So since then, I think everything else has been, there's been good games, but everything else has just been like, yeah, there's some games, you know what I mean? But after The Witcher 3, I think it's like, I hope you do know what Mass Effect 4 is in the making. Oh, that's good news. Oh, that's great news. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm waiting for. That's what I'm saying, something like that. Like, I like the games over the years, but I'll tell you what we should do, because we've got lads in here tonight, so that's good. We've got like the nerds in here, so this is good. I started off like many of you. This will show your age. I started off with the Atari XL or the XE, you know, with Missile Command, the tennis thing, the ball in the middle, that shit one. That. Then I got to remember now. Then it was an Atari ST. Then it was the Amiga 600. Then the Amiga 1200. I never bought a console. Like, I never had a console as a kid growing up. So I was always on like PC, like computers, like, you know. Then, sorry, Amiga 1200. Then after the Amiga 1200, I think, what would I have got after that? I think I stayed with like Amiga and that kind of, and PCs for a long time. And then then the first console I ever bought, like I physically went and bought, was the PlayStation 1. Then it was the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 was brilliant. I can't remember the games, but it was brilliant at the time.
Spectrum, yeah, 48k, brilliant. Angela Rayner taught me chess. Shit makes me cry happiness. Seeing the teaser trailer for Mass Effect 4, Mass Effect was my childhood. Yeah, a lot of my mates were like that, Spartan. Like, a lot of my mates were Mass Effect nutters. Yeah, the Spectrum and the ZX Spectrum, yeah, a lot of my mates had that in the Commodore 64. That's one thing I genuinely did used to love that, that really, really tacky 8-bit music. And I still have to this day. Like, it's so amazing. It's so great. We'll get to the games in a minute. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Then I bought the Xbox. Was it 360, weren't it? Around 2003, 2004, whatever that was. Then I got the Xbox 360. I bought that 3 times because it had the red ring of death. And we played Gears of War so fucking much. I burnt through consoles like anything. And I had that problem with the red ring of death anyway. And I ended up buying 3 different consoles because it crashed over the 5-year period. And I'm like, I didn't mind. To be honest, it's the first time I didn't mind spending 200 or 250 quid on something because we played the game so much. Like kids now are on Fortnite. When you're putting hundreds and hundreds of hours of something, like £200, all right, it's a lot of money. It was a lot of money. But now you don't really get that kind of wear and tear out of a lot of consoles. Like, people play consoles now, but maybe they do play it as much. Maybe they do play it as much, and I'm wrong. But realistically, we played Gears of War when that come out, and we played online for that, as I say, for about 5 years, until Gears of War 3 came out. Then we was on that for 2 or 3 years. So I got nearly 10 years out of those games on one console, and we didn't really play anything else. Like, we were just on that every night. So I'm like, for the money we spent, I think it was worth every fucking penny. Even now, I've never had a better experience. But it all comes down again to the crowd you got, don't it? Stargate, I'll get into that. When I was little, I got an Atari 2600. I think it must have been that one. Then 128. But after I turned 14 and started making money, I bought basically every single console except the Neo Geo and Jaguar. Yeah, I played them on all my mates and everything, and went to like youth centre and stuff like that. Obviously played like your Super Mario Brothers, Turtles, Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I loved all of those console games, but I just loved the Amiga so much. Like, there was games like, so the ones I'll go back to. So let's go for our games that we all loved. What are the games that you can remember as a child? And we'll go through like the consoles, and then we can go through the more modern ones as well, but like the arcades. What do you remember about being in the arcades? I remember, let's go through the consoles and everything, and computers. On the Atari, and I don't know if it was the Atari or the Amiga, Syndicate is one of the best. Even today, I think it's probably in the top 3 games of all time. Syndicate, the very first Syndicate game, where you got the 4 little dudes in the leather jackets, and you build them up, the robot dudes, and you go to the different, and you assassinate people, and you've got the mini guns and the laser gun. Oh my God, that game was so amazing. That's still one of the best games I've ever played. There was a Bruce Lee game on the Atari, I don't know which Atari it was, one of the really, really early ones. You might have played it, Species. It was a Bruce Lee game, and it had the ninja that was just a black shadow that used to run around, and there was a green villain. So you were just running through like that kind of really, really slow, shitty graphics. But it was Bruce Lee, and it was against this shadow dude, and the green, he looked like a bloke with a cow's head, like a ball, and it would come on the screen, it'd go, and it would run along and chase you. It was a terrible game, but that was a great game for when I first started, like, when I'm learning games. Do you know what I mean? Pitfall was another one. Montezuma's Revenge. And obviously, Another World is one of the greatest games of all time, because that was one of the first ones that had that. Another World was the one with... I forgot who done it now. Is Another World? No, I'm thinking of that. I get them mixed up. Another World and Flashback. Those 2 games. Another World and Flashback were 2 of the greatest games I ever played. Obviously, yeah. That's it. The Those two were really, really special. I still think Flashback's one of the best games ever, because it's the first game I ever played on a or on a computer where the way he moved like a James Bond character. Like, it really felt, even with the way he brought out the gun, it was so advanced at the time. I'm like, I've never seen anything like that. Like, the way, even when he fired and when the power of the gun, I'm like, it felt like a real firearm. It felt powerful. My favourite game in the arcade, let's go to the arcades. Do you know the game in the arcade? What was your favourite games in the arcade, you lot? What was the game in the arcade? Every time you went into an arcade, you go, I've got to look for this game. The one for me, Outrun, yeah. Flashback is just one of those games, isn't it, that's just... It felt kind of like Blade Runner-ish, didn't it? And it felt so futuristic for the time that it come out, and so, like, unique. And there still isn't really anything like that now. There still isn't... Yeah, you've got games that are made with great big open worlds and everything, but you don't have a game with that kind of... Like, we don't have... I mean, there was a Blade Runner game years ago, but we don't have a game like that, do we? We don't have a... But yeah, in terms of the arcades, I loved Tron, even though it was a terrible arcade game. I loved Tron. I loved... The one I always looked out for was Rolling Thunder. I used to think Rolling Thunder was the most bad boy game ever made. In the arcades, Rolling Thunder was the most bad boy game ever. And all of the enemies looked like the KKK. They had those hoods on. They had like the yellow hoods, the purple hoods. There was one with a white hood, a green one. And it's like the platform game. You all know Rolling Thunder. Kung Fu Master, mate! Oh my God. And Gauntlet, I forgot. That's a good shout, man. Operation Wolf. What was the first one? Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderbolt. Jesus Christ, they were good. They were so hard, man. Oh, Scrambler I didn't, nah. Oh, no, you're right, I did. With the seat and the handlebars. Yeah, I did. I didn't know that's what it was called. Or Quick Draw McGraw. That was the one with... There was one with Yeah, it was Quick Draw McGraw. I was terrible at that. No, the one you just said, Gauntlet. Fuck me, that was a great game. Gauntlet was one of the great ones. Have they not made that into a console game? Like an online game? They must have done that. No, I remember it. The one you say at the Scrambler, I remember that now. Oh, Star Wars and Pac-Land. Pac-Land was a break. That's probably my favourite Pac-Man game. I know that's probably blasphemy, but I think Pac-Land, where he jumps, isn't it? Is it the 3D one? I used to love that. Oh yeah, I've got an emulator, yeah. No, but Gauntlet was... Oh my God. Because that was like your original style sort of Dungeons and Dragons type game, wasn't it? You had the 4 controllers. I remember the one I always used to play was the one with the axe. I think he was the dwarf. Barbarian was banging. Go on, kids. Barbarian. Is that the one where you spin around? Yeah! And it's got the Conan the Barbarian thing when you chop off the head and you do the kick and the roll. Yeah. That was that. Oh my God. You lot are coming out with some good ones here. Here we go. Jesus Christ. It's madness, isn't it? It's mad when you think back to... That's why I say I find it really, really bizarre. Golden Axe was... Yeah, it was. Golden Axe was a great game. I liked Golden Axe 2 as well, and I think you had... Is the first one you have 2 people, and the second one you could pick from 3. You had the dwarf, the woman, and him. That's what I mean. Then you get into like the ones we all know, like the Double Dragons and all of those. But I think that was like I think that was probably the pinnacle moment of arcade gaming, weren't it? It was like the Double Dragon games come out. Target Renegade. Why do I know that? Why do I know Target Renegade? Target Renegade. Target Renegade. I know that name. I've got to look that up. I did have that because I know the name straight away. Oh, Cannon Fodder was another one. I must have had a Spectrum then because I had that. I know that name. Target Renegade. Yeah, I think Cannon Fodder was another one that I think was one of the best games ever made. Oh my God, I did have it. No, that I got that. That came on the Amiga as well. Yeah, it was a clone of Target Renegade. Yeah, you're right. My God. So what did I have that on then? Yeah, I remember the cover. I'm looking at the picture of him doing the flying kick through the thing. ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64. I think I must have had a Commodore 64 then. Yeah, it must have been. I didn't have an Amstrad. Or did I? I can't remember. The Amstrad, a Series 8-bit computer, 1984 to compete with the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Did I? No, I didn't have that. I think I must have had an Amstrad. What did I have? I didn't. No, it was the Commodore 64. I had the Commodore 64. That was it. Yeah, God, I loved that. God, I loved that machine. Yeah, it was the Commodore 64 with the floppy disk drive. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, so I must have had it on the Commodore 64 then. Cannon Fodder is just... That's one of the greatest... Whoa! Never been so much fun. Whoa! Never been so much fun. Whoa! Never been so much fun. It was a guy with a machine gun on the same style of platforms as Double Dragon, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't really... I think that was just like the... Lemmings... The Amiga 1200. Are you talking about the newer one? Is that the one you're on about? The new one that just come out? Amiga 1200. Oh yeah, that's the geezer. I watched the geezer who was building it, man, and he bought shares in Commodore. Yeah, I was about to say that. Kiz, good shout. So before we get onto that then, so where was we? We were saying about, right, Cannon Fodder, Syndicate, those kind of games I really, really enjoyed. Like the point and click with the mouse and then all the characters follow it kind of thing. Arcade-wise, what do you think was the best Star Wars? The ones I can recall off the top of my head, the first one I remember was the original one you're probably thinking of, Kiz, was the Death Star Tunnel one. And it was very... It looked like Spectrum graphics, didn't it? It was basic. Doo, doo. And the fireballs come up with you and it was just like a big glowing thing and you had to shoot it to get that one. Then I recall the one that was the big giant... this was like a lot later. And it was like the big giant pod thing and you could fight Darth Vader in round 3 or whatever it was. And the graphics were a lot better, weren't they? I'm thinking that was Bandai Namco or one of them. Maybe. I'm thinking that. Then there was the Return of the Jedi, which was on the speeder things, the speeder bikes. I remember that. That was bloody hard. I'm trying to think of other arcades of Star Wars. I know there was 2 like that where it was like the giant pod ones. I remember like more advanced ones, like in the 90s maybe. Aliens was incredible. Mortal Kombat I did play in Laser Quest, Turtles as well, yeah, incredible. I didn't play a lot of arcade, wasn't in my town. By the time I had money I was just buying consoles and games. So that's fair enough. No, I spent a fortune. Yeah, all good, horrific. I did see it. Yeah, I see ya. Yeah, where was I? Well, where were we? Aliens. The Aliens game was incredible. It was nothing like the movies, was it? Really? Like it included aliens, but the first boss at the end of the first level, I don't know if it was the Commodore 64 one. I'm thinking of the arcade version. And the alien, like you've got the big giant gun and you're Ripley, but for some reason you've got ginger hair. But you knew it was meant to be Ripley. And you had the big giant gun that Vasquez and Drake had. And I love the arcades. Arcades was a special moment, man. That's something I very, very much miss. When I think of my childhood, like we think about movies and stuff that we enjoyed, one of the things I really, really do miss is the feeling I used to get. And I still get that feeling now. If I walk into a place where there's an arcade machine, I still get that feeling. I still get that excitement and a buzz, because it's like when you watch that movie, again, a lot of you probably have not seen it, The Last Starfighter, when you've got the boy that plays the shoot 'em up game, and someone comes down, Robocop arcade game, Carbon, and Ed 209 at the end of round one. Yeah, of course. Gallagher's a bad boy game. War Games never played. Yeah, Gallagher's insane. Yeah, Daryl was a great movie. Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is to you, like, I feel that's one of the things in life, in our lifetimes, I'm very, very fortunate, and you lot are very, very fortunate if you're like my age. I'd say from like the mid-70s up until the late 90s, we were the luckiest, in terms of boys growing up, we were the luckiest boys on the planet for entertainment. Because when you think about it, everything it is now came from that, you know? Starting off with your missile commands and your World Cup 1990 football games. What was that other one? Sensible Soccer, Kick-Off on the Atari. Like, all of those games became the FIFA games, and they all become the Mortal Kombats, your Street Fighters, and what we've got today. But to go into an arcade, oh my God. And to do it in East London in a flipping Asian and black community, and being like one of the few white kids there, walking in thinking I'm going to get jumped or something. And I remember like going into some of the arcades. I was never that great at Street Fighter, but I used to play the one that was, I don't know the name, I think it was Street Fighter Championship Edition Rainbow Edition, where, what was his name, Guile, could do two sonic booms at the same time, and they would fly along doing that, like going the same with the Hadoukens, and two would come out, two fireballs. But I would choose Balrog, and Balrog had the punch, and when he'd done the punch, a Hadouken would come out, and I always chose him. That was my character, Balrog. But that's what I'm saying. Those moments, like when you think about it, to think you used to go into an arcade and you would play Street Fighter 2, and everyone would learn the moves because there's no instructions on how to play it, and you'd have to learn it just by talking to people. Like, it would have like the odd thing, but it was most of the time was rubbed off, like worn out on the machine, so you wouldn't even know what the controls are. How do I do Hadouken? You spend half the game trying to learn how to do the moves, and you're like, my money's gone, credits, I'm dead, I've got to put in more money. And like Alex Kidd, yeah, big game. It's just good memories, you know. Xavius, it's R-Type. I remember the other one as well I loved was called, I'm sure that was on the Amiga, and it was called Xenon. And that might be a sequel, the one you're looking at there. Exenon or Xenon, it was called. And it was all like very metal-y looking. That was a great shoot 'em up. Nah, man, just reel them off, because it's good talking about them. It's good fun talking about all of these. I loved Alien Breed was another one. That was a top-down game. I believe that was on the Atari or the Amiga. It's Exxon 2 Mega Blast. That's it. What a game. That's the one I'm thinking of, Mega Blast. And the music was good, wasn't it? It was like, I don't know if it was the Chemical Brothers or it was someone like that. That was too early for the Chemical Brothers, but I'm sure it's something chemical, something. I think the company was called Chemical Bros or something like that, weren't they? Who made it? I recall that in my memory somewhere. It was, weren't it? Yeah. The other one was the Chaos Engine, where you had was you like criminals that escaped from prison or convicts or something, and you were mercenaries. I'm sure it was called the Chaos Engine. That was pandemonium. That was a good game. There's loads that I can remember. Toki, I've mentioned before, the one where you're the ape, and for some reason you're an ape with a gigantic head. It was a platform game, and when you shoot, your mouth opens up and you shoot like these bullets out of your mouth. I don't know why that even makes sense when I think about it, but that was the Toki was another one that had the most amazing soundtrack. I remember listening to some of them arcade games, even then as a kid, thinking, Jesus Christ, like some of these, Bubble Bobble had great music, Rainbow Islands had great music, the Psygnosis games all had great music. Like they had this very like, they were a really, really, really fantastic company, Psygnosis, I think. I don't know what became of them, but I just remember them being very, very surreal and very like fantasy driven as a company, Psygnosis. And I remember there was some game that they had and it was like a flying owl. I don't know. But that was like a shoot 'em up. But it was advanced at the time because all of the backgrounds were like forests and it was all dreamy and unicorns, and I was like, shit, man, like you don't really get things. And that was before like you had like Zelda. I suppose Zelda would have been around the same time. Yeah, probably. But all of those moments, as I say, for me, though, walking in the arcade, mine was Rolling Thunder. Seeing Rolling Thunder in an arcade was one of them, and I think I was attracted to it because I'm like, they look like the Clan. Like they look like the Clan in them hoods, and I'm like, you get to shoot them. Like it's you versus the Clan. Like, that's how I always looked at it as a kid. I'm like, that is so cool. And it wasn't that, and I don't know that's why they dressed them like that, but I always thought it was just amazing. And I know that games that copied it were like Sunset Riders because it had the same thing, like the platform, and you can just jump up above, like the banisters or whatever you call them. You jump up and grab on it, and then you flip up to the next level, and then jump back down and keep going. Sunset Riders. I absolutely loved. Was it called Cabal? Cabal. And it was like the shoot 'em up. And you had the target on the screen and your character at the bottom, and you had like the army and the tanks and all of that. And there was another game. Was Sunset Riders like that? There was a cowboy one like that as well, weren't there? Choplifter. I know that name. Got to look that up. You've dropped another one on me. Choplifter. Choplifter. The other one I loved was it Desert Strike? Oh, Choplifter. Bloody hell, bro. And what was the other one? Splatterhouse, Gangster Bruv. I thought it was Jason Voorhees. It obviously ripped him off, didn't it? But then you could say it was just a dude with a machete and a hockey mask. Could be anyone, couldn't it? No, what was the other? I don't know if you would have played it then. It was another helicopter game, yeah? And I'm sure it was an arcade machine as well, where you controlled the helicopter and a Jeep at the same time. So like the Jeep had the turret on the back and would go forward and backwards and like shoot everything diagonal upwards, and the other helicopter would move forward or whatever and shoot straight ahead. What the hell was that game? And you could have two players, I think. Desert Strike, Jungle Strike. Them. You know the one I mean. That was a great game. No, Desert Strike and Jungle Strike, all of them. I thought that I always wondered why that was never made into an updated console game or a newer version of a game like that, because you could easily do that now and it would still be successful because it had that 3D effect of like the helicopter, and it was just a shoot 'em up. It was a bloody good shoot 'em up. Desert Strike. I remember I think that was on the might have been on the Mega Drive. I remember it being on the Mega Drive because my mate had Shinobi, Desert Strike, something Harrier, and he had the rocket launcher under his arm and he could fly. What was that called? Something Harrier. What was that called? It's like a dude running along and then he can jump up and he starts flying and he carries the gun under his arm, and it's like a big, and it's got a rocket on the back and he flies around. Space Harrier or something like that? Was that called, is it Space Harrier? That was a hard game, but that was fucking amazing. That was an amazing game. Road Rash was a great one. Now, Road Rash was a good game. Going on. So games like that, just because they were unique, like the bike race with the punching and everything, and the kicking, just amazing. Ultra Violence. I'm sure it was called Space Harrier, that game just now. I loved Afterburner, but it was too hard. Space Harrier was a really great game. Is Space Harrier the one? You've got like trees, and it's the boss, like you get dragons and you have to shoot like different, like I think you have to shoot it from the back up to the front to take out the head or something like that. Is that Space Harrier? Whatever that one was, that was a great flipping game, but that was so hard, man. That was so hard. I could talk about this for days, man. But those those memories are, they're magical. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember just going around to, like, I don't know about you, like I'd go around to a friend's house when I was about probably 11 or 12. It was Luke Heppels was one of them. Scott, my mate Scott. I didn't play any of them. Enjoyed puzzle games like Simon the Sorcerer and Day of the Tentacle. Let me look them up. I don't think I've played them. But like, I just recall, like, I would go to a friend's house and would play Sensible Soccer, Kick-Off, Syndicate. Syndicate was like a big thing. Cannon Fodder. Obviously, like the Pac-Man games and all of that. And then it became like Terminator 2 a bit later on. But those memories were going to my friend's house after school on a Friday and staying the night at my mate's house, and we would just sit up all night on the Amstrad Commodore 64, and then it became the console years later. Those memories you'll never ever get back. And boys, young boys, we were so lucky to have them times, man. Like, and I know a lot of people go, well, that's boring, but to me that was like heaven. Prince of Persia, man. Getting to play that first Prince of Persia. My God, it was amazing. It was just brilliant. It was just so good. Wait a minute. Simon the Sorcerer. Let me look that up. Simon the Sorcerer. I recognise the cover. I do recognise that. I don't think I played it though. Like, I think I might have had it, but I don't think I really played it because it was like confusing for me when I was younger. I didn't understand them sort of games. Like, there was a few of them from back then, and I wish I would have played them now because that's the kind of thing I like now. Do you remember there was a game called, I think it was called Demon Seed or something like that? Demon Seed. Was it called Demon Seed? Game. No, it weren't called Demon Seed. It was something like that. And it was like, it looked like it blatantly ripped off. Who done the Alien stuff? Geiger, H.R. Geiger. The game looked like that, or Alien Seed, or something like that. There was a game that looked like that, but it was a puzzle or adventure or RPG type game. And I remember as a kid getting it with a mouse and going, I don't really understand what you've got to do, and so I didn't play it. But I remember the look of it because it looked like those designs from Aliens with the xenomorph and all, like all of the walls and everything. It was that sort of looking game, and it was a role-playing game. I can't remember. Wait, H.R. Geiger inspired old video game. Let's have a look. I bloody found it straight away. It's called Dark Seed. I knew it. Dark Seed. Look up Dark Seed. That is insane. Really crazy. Yeah, I knew it. But if you look at the game, the whole thing looks... it all looks like that. It's all very, very alien looking, you know what I mean? With them like crazy looking monsters and designs on the walls and all that. I just remember looking at it as a kid and I was fascinated by it because obviously I was too young to see the movie Alien, but had seen what a xenomorph had looked like, and I was like, oh, that looks like that alien. So those designs are very, very you don't forget them, you know what I mean? They're very unique to H.R. Geiger. So it's like, yeah, crazy. 30 minutes later getting a syntax error, yeah, on the Spectrum. Yeah, that's funny. See, I could sit here talking all night, but I'm not going to, because otherwise I'll be up till God knows when. Yeah, thank you for the chat. I really appreciate that. That was really good, man. I'll be live again tomorrow. I don't know what time. We'll just go live when we go live. I'll let you know. And it'll either be this, gaming, or news. Whatever takes the fancy, really. But I'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for that. I enjoyed that chat. That was good. So, I mean, when it comes to gaming and shit, I could sit here talking all night about it, really. It's easy, isn't it? Because it's just like what we all like and love. Tape loading error, yeah. I'll put it in stone then. I'll do tomorrow night. I won't come on during the day. I'll force myself not to jump on during the day, and then we'll do something tomorrow night. So I don't know if it'll be news. If something big happens, news-wise, I'll go live. If not, I'll jump on tomorrow night and it'll either be gaming or we'll do this. Yeah? Back, front, species. But yeah, that was good, man. I'll have to find us a thing for us to do, whether we can get involved online where we have like a... Maybe I'll do a night if you want with the emulator and we'll play some arcade games on here. I don't mind because I like all that stuff anyway. You know what I mean? We can chill out a night and we can have an arcade night. Yeah, big love TF. Yeah, I'll jump on again tomorrow and we can just chill. So enjoy your do a 7 days to die server. I don't know what that is. Does that mean like, I don't know, Species, you're a bit of a weird one, aren't you? So, yeah, I'll see you kids tomorrow night, man. We'll jump on probably whenever, man. But I'll message you and let you know. Look up the game 7 days to die. All right, count me in. I'll do it now. All right, sleep well. Don't have any nightmares. I know I'm going to.